This is my recipe book. I've had it for nearly 5 years and it has all of my secrets, all of them. A couple of weeks ago, I did misplace it and I remembered that I did have somewhere else where I get my recipes. Let me show you. In 2022, I was signed to a publisher and this is the first draft of the book that we never got to publish. Remember, this is the first draft. I did everything on here, so please be nice. So this is my food love story. The book is told in a way that it's a storybook that has recipes. Why I explain why each recipe is so important to me and why I felt like it had to be a part of a book about me. Part one, the foods that raised me, starts off with my grandmother's recipe. We then move on to the foods that my mother cooked for me, and that chapter is about their story. We open up with imbaza and kobe, which is corn and mussels. My mom, both parents grew up very poor, and the only protein that they had was basically the seafood that we can get for free. And so my mom used to tell me that every day after school they would come back to inkoba, which is boiled corn with mussels and their gravy, and they would combine that and have that as their meal. It was a regular meal for them. So I opened with that because I feel like that is my grandmother's story, my grandmother's food story, because she had to make do with what she had, and it's also where my mom's food story starts. So this was my interpretation of it. It's a sweet and spicy corn and mussel soup. The rest of it is just a lot of seafood, which is what I grew up on, and my mom's favorite thing to eat, umleqwa. So that is their food story and what led me here. This is me growing up, and this was my mother's shop. It's where I learned how to count. This is my mother, and she had the brightest smile. As you can see, we have the exact same smile. Let me just walk you through some of the pictures in the book. I did take every single photo in this book. This is pearl millet, and we used to eat pearl millet a lot growing up. Then we stopped, and I didn't see it for a long time until one day I saw it in store. I was just intrigued by this grain, and so I bought it. And when I made it, oh my God, it took me back to like 4-year-old me. I swear I cried so much that day. Seafood, of course, more seafood. I could not live without octopus. I couldn't. This is my take on umleqwa, which I made as an orange chicken, and you can see eMandulo's orange sauce in the back. And I think my mom would like this. Part two is I just wish someone would have told me back to basics. This book actually exists for you to buy. You can get it on the link on my Instagram. It's the PayHip link, and everything that is here you will get in this book. This chapter focuses a lot on bread making, and just simple spice blends and things like that you might need. I'm just going to show you some of the pictures that I enjoy from this book. You can go and buy this one. I mean, don't those look delicious? This is one of my favorite. This is a fish taco, and because this chapter is all about bread, we tackle different kinds of bread, but this one is my most favorite. We do different types of pasta as well. Of course, you can't do back to basics without a bisto. This is the most amazing bisto you'll ever have in your whole life, I promise. Like, hands down, I'll fight anyone. Part 3 is the foods that found me through travel. And I did 5 countries that are like my top food destinations. We did China, we did Thailand, Vietnam, Australia, and Spain, and I do 2 recipes from each region. That's just my story and what influences me currently, and how I incorporate it back into what I know and what I grew up on. And part 4 is all about when I moved home. Toby signals a new beginning. It's after a calf is born and you get that first milk and you make something delicious out of it. So this was my new beginning. When I was coming home, I took my coming home as a new beginning. And then ikosha, the mutton curry. Usually when you come home, something is slaughtered, chicken, sheep, whatever. This is phase 2 of that homecoming. You have a new beginning. You're now celebrating or being celebrated for coming home, because somebody coming home is a good and a huge deal. And then this section with the salads and imifino, this is just basically now opening up my garden and sharing it. And since I can't sell you guys a book now, I do have something that I would love to share with you guys. And this is my business. This is eMandulo, my baby. This is my baby. And these are the things that you can buy, because we're now officially open again. We've been closed for a little bit. You've got your lemon and herb salt. your garlic salt, and your chili salt. You guys do know that I make my own salt. You've seen me do it on video. This one is actually warm because I just made it. This is the green tomato chutney. It's my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Like, I am obsessed with this. I go through so many jars. Honestly, it's always the one thing I tell people to buy because I have it with everything. This is our African Prince, our peri peri sauce. This is our green juice, our jalapeno and apple juice, which is just divine. This is probably my most proudest because everyone that has tasted this is always shocked. Like, it's not anything like you'd ever imagine. Yeah, just try it. And this girlie is everybody's favorite. She wins over so many hearts. It's the chili jam, and it's absolutely delicious. I love to cook with it, and you can use it on sandwiches and anything that you like. We're currently open. Use the link on my bio, and yeah, happy shopping. You can also purchase the woven grass mats that I use to chop everything on. I sell those on behalf of the women in my community, and you would be helping out a lot of people if you bought those. So yeah, support a struggling mom of one.